The portfolio for Treasury Undersecretary for International Affairs is broad, including working with many multinational organizations such as World Bank and the IMF. Given this position is related to international affairs, I'd like to take a moment to stress again that the Treasury and the administration should use all available tools under U.S. law to encourage other countries to stop efforts to implement unilateral digital service taxes like the ones in France and under consideration in the UK. Instead, of our trading partners should be focusing on the multilateral efforts underway by the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development. I was pleased to see that Secretary Mnuchin reported comments after the G7 finance ministers meeting last week, indicating a two-track process with respect to these issues, meaning the continuation of Section 301 investigations of the French digital services tax, while also negotiating with the OECD inclusive framework members on the consensus solution to the tax challenges of the digital economy. Through multiple letters and other communications, Senator Wyden and I together have expressed our bipartisan interest in Treasury continuing its active participation in the OECD negotiations and using all tools available to prevent unilateral measures. I look forward to any comments our Treasury witness would like to provide on that matter. Next is Brian Callahan, who is nominated to Mr. McIntosh's current position as Treasury General Counsel. Since the Tax Act of 2017, the Treasury Department has done a very good job of developing regulations and other guidance to implement that law. The Office of General Counsel has been an indispensable part of that process while also fulfilling all other legal responsibilities at Treasury. Next, we hear from Brian McGuire, nominated to be Assistant Secretary for Legislative Affairs. I've talked many times about how important it is that members of this committee are able to get their questions answered and responses to their inquiries. I'm heartened that Mr. McGuire has worked so many years in Leader McConnell's office, so I expect he has learned how important it is to this senator for the executive branch to cooperate and work with those of us here in the legislature and our constitutional responsibilities of oversight. Finally, we will hear from Travis Greaves, nominated to a term of 15 years U.S. Tax Court. The Tax Court is where taxpayers can turn to settle disputed liability with the government and without having to pay the disputed tax before their case is heard. If Mr. Greaves is confirmed, along with two other nominees who have already been reported from this committee, this Congress, 18 of the 19 positions on the tax court will be filled. So I thank all of you for your willingness to serve the people of this country, for your public service generally, and now it's Senator Wyden's turn.